Pastor, this is a church man.
I just wanted to quickly say that all of this, I would ask that it be seen as a work in progress. Because the Noise Abatement Act, the churches impact on that too. But the police don't go and tell the churches to stop having service because they are disturbing the community. But they do that with the community dances. And even some other event that is really not disturbing anybody. So it's a work in progress. And if you speak to rights and creative people who earn their living from their creative works, just like the mason earn him living from doing his mason work and so on. We have to build the respect for that, and we have to educate people. There is going to come a time when obviously the churches may have to get the permit from the police. And there may come a time when the church is going to have to pay the license fee. But I would imagine that we have to take time because it's a journey and it's a work in progress.
I have one question and one request.
One second, sir. This is the last question.
Well, how you do that?
Go ahead, sir.
The best one for the last, we are dealing. All right, this question is for JACAP. I have a friend who operates a property that plays music. And he's compliant with his license. He pays his JACAP license. And he plays radio stations and satellite music. And JACAP is asking him for a playlist. Now, him don't know what the radio station or the satellite will play. And JACAP is saying, yo, I need a playlist that goes along with your license. How can you help him? That is one. And two, this is the last question. Let me just down my question. Two, I want to ask the police to stop mash up the dance. Simply because I want the police to find a discreet way to visit events and find out if they have a license. Because I keep a session one day, and when the 20 policemen coming with them big gun for ask me if I have my license and I have my license. After the police gone, it look like a raid and everybody leave the dance. So I'd like the police find a discreet method of finding out how these events have their license, or else all I'm going to be doing is just keep on mashing up the dance.
You want to respond?
Good afternoon, everyone in the house.
Excuse me, sir. The soup is going to respond.
Oh, I apologize.
Okay.
Sir, whereas I can't speak,
Yeah.
whereas I can't speak specifically to that instant case and the amount of office. No, I'm not sure if we have the empirical data to say all the time, because I have been to places without even uniformed police presence. However, it depends on who is dispatched to do the inquiry. If it's a team that's already an engagement and they're so armed, so what we will impress on operatives is, and it is in the force policy, that they find a way to find the promoter, which sometimes is very difficult. Sometimes we get the stones before we even approach the location. But I can say upfront that it is not in our standard operational procedure, and where that is found out, please find the way to ensure that we better serve you.
Okay, sir. That was the last question was asked, But
I just want to ask. I just want to say one thing.
What was the first question? Playlist. Yes, the satellite radio playlist.
All right, the playlist for venue operators. We do understand that it is difficult, but as you can understand, for us JACAP, if we need for our members to be paid. And what we're trying to work out is to try to get a device where we can, just like how we do for radio monitoring, which is automatic, where for bars and restaurants and so forth, we can implement a system to aid us as well. But as it is now, right, we do and we will try as much as possible on our side to get a playlist, and if it's not possible, then there are mechanisms in place, which is international standards that we can use. And I'll ask Mr. Golden to comment on it as well. Yeah.
Stephen, I need no mic. How we doing?
I said to, don't make it start. Based on Delroy's question, our only requirement here is something from whichever XM station they are using, because we would have had the playlist from the local station.
Yes.
But they play music as well.
Do we have another issue here? Is his friend authorized to transmit any radio station's content into his club?
Yes, yes.
Without the station permission?
Once he has a license.
Without the station permission, he doesn't need a
But
license?
he doesn't need the station's permission. That's public.
Unless them don't understand the question. All right. Sir, could you quickly, just ask it quickly now, let's move on.
Yeah, I was wondering if somebody from the Broadcasting Commissioner is still up there.
Yes.
All right. I just wanted to ask the question, you see? Why the Broadcasting Commissioner only attack the music fraternity? What about the Gleaner and the Star and the Observer, which is so, they are so lewd.
Nah, broadcast.
They are the lewdest thing in the
But them
whole
nah
fraternity.
broadcast.
We don't regulate.
I am a father. I am a grandfather.
Okay, we don't regulate. Our remit is to regulate electronic media, which means your radio, your television, your cable television. We don't regulate the newspapers, contrary to some opinions elsewhere. We don't regulate the internet. We were confined to radio, TV, and cable.
Broadcasting Commission, right? It's supposed to involve the media, the whole media.
No, sir. In only
Listen.
a few jurisdictions around the world is the press regulated. You've heard of press freedom? The press, the print traditionally are not regulated. They have their own internal regulations, their own standards, but we don't regulate the papers at all. Full stop.
Sir, we have to stop now.
I want to put a question to
No, you asked the question already. I allowed you one after the last question. You have to stop now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been most impressed with the turnout. We'd like to thank the members at the head table for giving up their time and expertise. And most importantly, the hard work of the staff and the PR entity and the PR consultant, members of the board of JACAP, for the hard work they put into staging this event. Refreshments will be served, but we are coming from that angle.